Hey guys, so I'm going to show you how to fold your FFA jacket, fit it in a 2-gallon Ziploc bag so it can go in your backpack, and then also how to fold your business clothes so that they show up with the least amount of wrinkles and that they fit in your carry-on size suitcase with everything else that you need for the week, with a little bit of extra room to spare for all of the souvenirs and cool stuff that you get when you go to an FFA conference. So here we go. Sadly, all of my FFA jackets are at home in Jerome, so I'm using my officer soft shell, which will still get the point across for the most part. So if the jacket is facing up towards you, go ahead and flip it over so that the back of the jacket is facing you. And when we fold this, I want you to think about how the jackets come folded in a box and like what they look like when they're folded, because that's basically what we're going to do again. So to start, take one side and fold it over so that the side or the seam of the jacket lines up with the middle of the emblem on the back of your jacket. Then take the other side, fold it over, and meet it in the middle also. And then proceed to straighten your sleeves out. And let's see, this is reverse of what the jacket is. So on this side would be where your emblem is that's on the front of your jacket. You don't want that bent over. That should still be flat on the front of the jacket. And so on this side would be your name, and it's okay if it folds over because some of us unfortunately just have really long names and our officer positions are kind of lengthy. So make sure that those are folded over and that there are no wrinkles or cause anything to wrinkle because it's like intersecting with each other or something like that. And then because we have a hood, this also works to pack soft shell jackets like this and take up a minimal amount of room if you need to. But so, and then we just fold it up. And then you can look at it from the front. You can measure it with your Ziploc bag to make sure that it's not too wide. If it's too wide, you'll just have to go back through and fold it again to get those sides over a little bit more. They may have to overlap more depending on how your jacket was made and how it fits. So you just kind of have to go with it to figure out with what works with your jacket and how it needs to be folded. The other thing that I can't show with this jacket is make sure you tuck your state degree chain up into one of the inside pockets. And finally, ladies, you can stick your scarf in your pocket because it'll be short enough that it will just be pressed flat when you put it in there. So you can stick that on the inside pocket also. The biggest thing, make sure the emblem on the front is not folded weird because that will tend to cause a weird crease in the jacket when you put it in and flatten it and like push all the air out of the Ziploc. Names are okay, but I would recommend making sure that your officer pin is still on the front and laying flat so that it also, that will decrease the risk of it getting like broken or something when you're traveling. So that's how you do the jacket. If you have any questions, you can FaceTime me, text me, call me, any of that, and I can help you with your jackets individually. So the next part would be putting your business clothes together and getting those so that they don't wrinkle and all of that in your suitcase. So here's our pile of business clothes. We're going to start with a shirt that looks like one of your white shirts for OD. So what I like to do is I take all of my business shirts and pile them on top of each other, like this. Okay, so here's the finished product of what it looks like when I pack my business clothes and what my like pile, you could say, is. So I like to intertwine all of them because when you put like a big enough roll of something, it helps things so that they don't crease as bad and you don't end up with wrinkles that you have to lose sleep or lose time hanging out with your teammates or friends that you make at the conference ironing out. So I'm going to take it apart and show you how it goes together. So first we do this, this, and then this, and open it up here. Okay, so the way you do this is, as you can see, I took my black skirt and then I stacked my shirts on top of all of it. And then once you have those all in a neat pile, make sure they're like as flat as possible. This shirt is a horrible example because it will do as it pleases. Anyways, so stack all of your shirts, on all of your white shirts, business casual shirts, anything like that, on top of one another. And then once you have that pile made, let's see, we have the skirt and the 3 shirts. Pile is made. Then take socks, underwear, casual t-shirts, pajamas, running shorts, swimsuits, anything else that you need to pack really, and roll it. Roll your t-shirts, and then you can take your socks. And basically you want to put them down the center line of your shirts. So like where, when you put it on, where your spine would be. And that's going to like fill the inside. And that's going to help create like a soft fold so that your shirts don't crease. And then you just fold that side over. Straighten your sleeves. This is very similar to how we folded the jacket. Do the same thing on this side. And I'm doing this one-handed, so it's kind of difficult, but make sure you like keep everything so it's not wrinkled or creasing weird. And then if you have pants, the way to do that is if you have multiple pairs of pants, stack your pants and then put the end of the leg underneath your pile. Lay your pile on top of it so that like about where your knee would be comes out the other side. So end of pants, knee of pants. Fold it over once and then fold the top part of your pile over and then fold this over and you're ready to go. You can set it down into your suitcase and it will be as safe as it can be while traveling. So the biggest thing to remember when doing this is make sure that, and you could even intertwine your jeans with it, but if you decide not to, make sure you pack your shoes and your jeans down into the bottom of your suitcase, making a very level surface in the bottom of your suitcase to set this pile down on top of so that it stays as flat as possible and can't really like move and shift around in your suitcase to cause it to wrinkle. So that's all. Let me know if you guys have questions and have fun.